So I feel like someone doesn't want you to know that it may be time to go. The overall energy for this reading is the Queen of Pentacles reversed and the Knight of Wands. So the Queen of Pentacles as a archetype is the good mother. She's someone who is very generous, and she's generous from a place of having taken very good care of herself, and so she's able to take care of her home and her family and give to her community. But in the reverse, she's become someone who's rather self-absorbed. She's selfish and maybe even a bit envious. She's not doing a good job of taking care of herself, noticing what needs to be adjusted in her surroundings, and really not able to give anything productive to others as a result. The Queen of Pentacles reversed is about some misplaced priorities here. She's distracted and unable to focus on the long term or the long game. Whereas the Knight of Wands is someone who's breaking free. This is an adventurous spirit, someone who loves to travel, loves to experience new things and meet new people. They're excited and full of life. It also can indicate a change of residence and unexpected occurrences. So this overall energy is of someone being very greedy, very miserly with you, being very selfish, and they probably at one time were very abundant, very caring. And it's just time for you to break free from that, break free from these cycles, to travel, maybe even move someplace new, but definitely to experience the new and to get away from that kind of energy. So this might look like a relationship where one party has gotten very selfish. This could look like a business partnership where one person's just in it for themselves and the other needs to find a new venture. This might look like just a atmosphere that's become very greedy or corrupt that you feel like you need to travel away from. There is a lot of Pentacles energy in this reading, so this may very well have to do with financial situation or material wealth, physical location, or work. But in the recent past position, we have the Star. The Star is a card of hopefulness, of faith. It actually comes immediately after the Tower, like having a really solid foundation or something that once was a really solid foundation completely fall apart on you. Well, the Star comes right after that because it's about the faith that we have in rebuilding, the faith in trying again, the faith in like just giving it another shot, right? And it's trusting in spirit, trusting in divine timing. And you know this situation has actually been pretty toxic when we see the Devil. So pulling the Devil as a clarifying card for the Star means that what you've had faith in is something that's actually pretty toxic. It's something that you probably should be more wary of, right? The Devil is all about chains that bind us, that we choose to allow to bind us. The figures, which I couldn't show here, but the figures are loosely chained by their own choice to this toxic behavior, to this toxic or greedy situation. They could elect to be free, but they don't. But I do think you're starting to see how this situation is making you kind of lose focus here. Again, another Pentacles card, so this really might be about workplace or business or money. We'll see the Page of Pentacles reverse often when we're feeling like really overwhelmed or overburdened, particularly by working situations or demands being put upon us. So it looks like you're trying to keep the faith about a situation that has been kind of toxic and how demanding it's been of you. This kind of feels like really giving the benefit of the doubt, but maybe a little too much to either a person or a job or a situation. Because you are being asked here, or you're starting to move into the energy of reflection with the Seven of Pentacles. Yet another Pentacles card. All right, but the Seven of Pentacles is all about understanding what you've planted and what's grown from what you've planted. So looking at the seeds that have blossomed around you, for better or for worse, right? This might mean things that you've tried before in the past that have really, really worked out, or relationships you have fed that have really stayed by your side. And it may also mean looking at situations that never bloomed, right? That just stayed in the ground, or that sprout up really fast just to die off really fast too, right? So it's kind of doing this reflective activity to really kind of figure out, well, how did things actually go down, right? Kind of taking off the rose-colored glasses here. That's really what you're being asked with the Seven of Pentacles. And clarifying the Seven of Pentacles, first we have the King of Pentacles reverse now. So this is another very greedy figure when we see the King of Pentacles reverse. This is someone who had quite a large empire, or quite the business, was very affluent at one point in time, or just very able to grow and grow well and share that growth with others, who their kingdom has now fallen, right? They've fallen from grace or fallen from the throne. So this is someone who's probably gotten too focused on like the material of things and just become overly self-indulgent, materialistic, also incredibly controlling. And also clarifying the Seven of Pentacles, we have the Emperor. You see, both of these guys are actually rulers. It's just one is very greedy and miserly and controlling in his rulership. The other is just a very effective leader. He's organized, decisive. He knows what he wants, he goes after it, and he's methodical. He realizes it's going to take time to build what he's trying to build. But he does represent discipline and structure and processes. So I think a lot of what you're reflecting on right now is what in your life is overly indulgent, become materialistic, become controlling, and what in your life is just good discipline, good leadership, good direction to have. Because it's not that you don't need leadership in your life or direction in your life or the ability to achieve. Of course we want to do those things. It's when those things are done for the benefit of yourself and for those around you that they are most effective. And I think you're really reflecting on what in your workplace or your relationship or your situation or your locality, what has been greedy, indulgent, selfish type behaviors, and what has been really mindful long-term strategy here. Because with the Magician reversed in the upcoming energy, I think it's probably time that you make some changes. There are going to be some illusions that are revealed to you. You're going to kind of start to see the deception and trickery behind things, because the Magician reversed is sort of a master of illusion. And he's usually manipulative, pretty selfish too. So I think you're going to see how, I'm not sure that the situation you're currently in is really going to improve. In fact, I think it's going to be part of a repeating cycle here with the World reversed. And I think you're just starting to say enough is enough with the Four of Cups reversed here. I mean, I think you're starting to get really tired of these sort of patterns of manipulation and control that you keep seeing again and again and again, and that keep repeating over and over, right? I think we're getting ready to go on this new adventure, to get away from that sort of selfish, greedy energy that doesn't allow you to take care of you or those around you. In the advice here, Spirit is indicating that you have a really tough decision ahead of you. You're coming up on a crossroads when we see the Two of Swords. It's like you have a couple of choices here, but neither one's fantastic. But something's got to give, and you're going to have to make a choice. It's also an indication to use discernment, to be cautious. Right now we're in Mercury retrograde, right? This is a great time for the present energy of this reading, which is Seven of Pentacles, the reflection that you need to use discernment to make the best decision. And that's really what the advice is. Because the decision that you make is going to mean that you're going to have to go somewhere or do something in search of calmer waters. because this really might be in regards to a physical move, actually. The Six of Swords is a card I think of as like immigrant energy. Like you are going from everything you have ever known to someplace you think is going to be more peaceful and better for you. Spirit is asking you to look at what you feel is going to help you grow the most and make you happy as you look to make this decision. So focus right now on where you should go. That's going to help you grow.